YouTube disclaimer. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Welcome to CathyDSlaught's SRC4u Zoom call. We're here on Cathy's website, CathyDSlaght.com. We'll scroll down a little bit. I passed it. And we're going to look for the Zoom banner. Now, if you'd like to be part of Cathy's SRC4u Daily Energy Clearing Group, all the information's here to register. When you are part of Cathy's SRC4u Daily Energy Clearing Group, and you come over here and click the Zoom group, you are actually part of her Zoom call. She puts her client list in here. Now, nobody can see who's in the Zoom group, but it's the SRC4u software demonstration. So we're going to click through. When it takes me over, the call will be loud. So one moment, please.
We are still running from yesterday, so I thought, well, this is like the third day in a row, so I want to do a fresh scan anyway. But yeah, we're still going. We've got some interesting things in here. Very high benefit to this particular session. Let's see where we are. We're that mold. We're going to have to address that at some point. All subtle. Look at that, and we know we're working on the brain. I don't know about the purpose of these words to ponder. Kittens play with yarn. They bat it around. What they're really doing is saying, I can't knit. Get this away from me. Symbolization, hearty, suspicious, spicy. And then this synchronization. So let's just let that go. I reread Kevin's article on the pericardium last night, which is phenomenal. And I've got the link in today's notes. And we have a new protocol now, or not protocol, cocktail on the pericardium. So this morning I was trying to get the color set up and make it larger. And Kevin mentioned, go ahead and just hit the wonder click. You can clear it later when you start, unless that sets this in motion. But since pericardium came up first, I said, well, let's just leave it here. Let's just leave it here and look and see what we need to do. But first, just for fun, I got a list from a friend yesterday of some I am statements, and I thought it might be fun to just scan and see if we want any of these in our primary situation. And if we don't, we don't. But let's see what we come up with as a group. There's I am patient. That's a little under 1,000, but not much. Let me know if I miss anything. I am well able. That's 437. Well, there's okay. I am focused. That's interesting. Very interesting, because this morning, you can go around and see priority for Qi, and people of planet Earth wanted a session according to that, and they wanted I am focused. So let's just go in here and put that in. And optimize now. And we haven't this discarnate stuff. I continue to check, and on my end, I'm doing some affirmations and I am statements that we are clear of this. But I got another confirmation from yet a third person yesterday that in their work also they're seeing a lot of this kind of stress, and it's not always. It's basically, I think, about our ascension. So let's just see, do we want that kind of scan again today?
And will this list of IMs be in the...
Yep, it sure will. Yeah, I was really happy to see that when she showed me that, and I thought this sounds like something I want in a primary situation. They're all good. Some of them a little more spiritual, but you can take those out if you don't like them. Well, look at that. See, this is according to one person, Dorian Light is her name. Have any of you heard of her? she has a radio show, and she has some, major accomplishments as far as her very heart-centered energy work. And she has said the same thing. She's never quite seen anything like this. And again, it may be just a symbol, something we need to see and learn. We're ready to learn it.
I never heard of her, Cathy. This is Karen.
You have not heard of her?
No, I have.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah.
In fact, I think I may have a deck of cards that she designed. I'm not sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, real quick, years ago, I had taken a course from Kersey. That's how I met him. And she was in the course. That's how I met her. And one day in talking with him, he asked how a book I was writing came. And I said, well, the whole thing has disappeared off my computer. He says, look, do you feel ever like you're taking one step forward and one step back? I said, oh, yeah, all the time. He said, I really want you to have an appointment with Dorian. And so I thought, well, out of respect for Dr. Kersey, okay. So I made one. And when we had our appointment, she ended up doing some major clearing. I had gone for years without any web presence. I had paid and paid different webmasters, never got a web page. And she went ahead and did a very powerful clearing, which I, at the time, had no clue what she was even doing. And I think it was the next day I heard from Joanna. Do you remember that, Joanna? She called me. Somebody had forwarded her a letter I had written about prosperity. I'd sent just a little group thing out, and she called me and said, I'd like to promote you. I said, there's nothing to promote. I don't have anything to promote. And she built me my webpage. So that if anybody wants Dorian's number, I'm happy to share it. And then just test yourself for resonance. If a session with Dorian would be a benefit, it's pretty interesting. So you see, we're not, now this is interesting here, detoxification. Our neurons, our little brain cells are wanting to connect. Psychophysical torture, that's probably the news. Realize true calling. Some of you, this may not appeal to. So let's just go down here. Let's see, I'm just looking to see if there's anything. I got to see how far up we went. Well, we had quite a few of them today. We went up to, so now let's. This is an interesting one. Let's look at this and see if we'd like a field around us. But again, like this group knows, this is extremely subtle information, and we don't have to look at it as something frightening. Let's just see. Okay, so we do want that one. Oh, I put sustenance balance. Well, I guess we're going to have it in the sustenance balance. I meant to put field generator. Nope. Well, let's just go down here. And again, like I said before, I've been experimenting. And the first way I was trying to do it took forever, and I just, wasn't possible. So then I'm trying this way, just to put all of them in at once. And look at there again, pericardium. And gums, that's our yang. And then here on the yin, multiple organs, liver, gallbladder, wrist. interesting because the wrist, it turns out, is where the point is you could work yourself with the pericardium related stress. Read the article and you'll see what I'm trying to describe. Tongue, vertebrae, lung meridians, lower Sanjiao, invertebrate. Let's just go ahead and balance. Come back to that in a minute. You also have, I see down here, protected by infinite love. Let's just go in and see about the field generator for that. No, don't need it. So anyway, let's just go ahead and scan this all in. Have to come back, I think. And we're sending this information to our field. And then it's also in there 3 times with the cocktail, then we, put the overall results of the scan and then the specific. Let's see if we want the startup scan because we added a couple things to it. No, don't need it. I do want to show you a couple of things, though, that were added last night. First of all, if I can find it in here without going through the whole list. Yeah, we wanted, remember that we did the adrenal and the synapse and trauma cocktails yesterday. And those are all I made cocktails out of them because this scanning list can get a little bit overwhelming. But we have a 93% benefit whenever we call for it of having this combo, all 3 cocktails in one. So that's a thought. And then the other thing that we actually have wanted in the startup schedule is this pericardium cocktail, which we now have right here, 83% benefit. So let's go in and look at that. Where are we? All right. So I just wanted to show you yesterday when we wanted to repair higher vibrations, I did go in a little deeper. We wanted it all water drunk today, and it's really substance, I guess it is. So we wanted that, and you can do a lot of work, even just with repair higher vibrations or optimal cellular voltage. You can work with that, with the sustenance balancer, and really see some results. So, where's my, I guess, hold on, bear with me. Where my pericardium cocktail is. I thought I had it in here. No? Well, that's strange. Hold on a second. Okay. This will come out today too. All right, so these are just a few things from the article that came up, a few different codes that were available. It's an interesting because small intestine shows up quite a bit also as an area of stress related all to this pericardium meridian. A lot of sexual feelings are associated with this meridian. Loving feelings associated with sex, protect the heart from damage, from excessive emotions. That's actually, they said, what this little bag is for, that we have such emotional turmoil. It literally, you know, we put that in our speech. We'll say, oh, I've about had a heart attack over that. So the bags there were no codes yet for that. There may appear. Kidneys are impacted. It's actually, and it's kind of funny, no accidents. We're talking about the brain, and I actually in the cocktail have an image where the parts of the cortex that the stress related to the pericardium can impact. Of course, we want joy, vulnerability. When you see, though, certain things way out of balance, like a person who is excessively vulnerable, or they're the other extreme, they're just as hard-headed as they come and maybe hard-hearted, that could indicate pericardium stress. Love, self-acceptance, self-expression, relations to others. You can see this as a significant bit of information for us. Openness, armoring, radiance, contentment, equanimity, fun, relationship, fear, phobias, sexual perversion, depression, stiff neck. So going in here, and maybe Kevin, if you have time, we'll look up today. And because I put an image in this one that I didn't put in the notes because it just didn't seem to work out.
Okay.
Do that. But here we go. Here's our cocktail. Well, where's my image? It's not in here now. Let's enter. Okay, never mind. Just make yourself a cocktail. But let's go ahead and just scan it and hopefully get some information. Remember, this is for the whole group, not just those on the call. See where we are at this moment in time. Okay, protected from emotional trauma. Yeah, and I had somebody last night, they registered with working with the timeline with this emotional trauma. So that's what we're doing. Let's see where we are. Okay, so looks like the code itself is not a big impact. It looks like it's a chronic stress, which would be the human condition probably. Okay, so we're going to take that in the sustenance balancer today. My word is freezing a minute here, so bear with me. There's C pericardium mentioned twice. There we go. All right. Let's just put it. S there. And that's it for us, the emotional trauma. So let's look. Just look at the Pro Tools.
Hey, Cathy.
Yeah.
This
Hey,
is Olive.
oh, good. We can hear you.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I'm on my
Yeah.
phone. But I just wanted to add real quick that I met the same workshop that Kirsty had done. I had known him years before, was where I met
Yes.
you and I met Dorian.
Yes.
And I just wanted to say, because somebody else might want to reach out to Dorian because she has such a vast amount of help sources. And it's because when we did the workshop, I was sitting right next to her, and I had done afterwards some macrame work for her. Well, we were sitting there and we were talking, and we were talking, me and a friend of mine, about food. And I do food-based healing. And so she said, and I said, and I really just don't even know where the obsession came from with me with food. And she said, because you starved in a past life.
Oh boy.
And then when I was doing macrame work for her, because I wasn't going to reach out, and I had gone past there and we were talking, she said, I just want to do some help for you. And she did. And I'm going to tell you, it took my whole outlook on foods. And I still do food-based healing, still nutrient and food-based healing. But the thing about it is, it just put it into a place of perception that was so much better and so much more balanced than what it is, was before. So I just was saying, with her clearing things from your past, it really is helpful. So that's my little piece. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's how I got to meet Olive too, was in that wonderful class with Dr. Kersey, and he is quite a teacher, isn't he?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, he is. Yes, he is. And I had known him for a couple of years before.
Yes.
And he had done a lot of workshops with me, with mine, with food. And he had put his things that were inside of there. And so it was just, it was amazing. So, yes. So, anyway, that's my little tidbit.
Thank you. Yes. And I'll tell you another funny thing, if I haven't told it before, you take a course. He was teaching radionics. And you don't want to mention your stuff. I don't like to see people do that. But Julie Kane, you remember her, Olive. She said one day, Cathy has a software, and Percy said, bring it next time, show us. And I did. And on the way home, I got a text from him. He said, I'm on board. He had looked at that and called Ray and just bought it right away. And later in coming conversations, he said, this is a platform for anything you would ever want to do. And considering his knowledge and all the things he's done in his years, that was a pretty major statement. So I think he uses this more now than the radionics. So it's pretty powerful. But anyway, Dorian, I know she cleared something for me because I had ordered business cards. The numbers had come wrong. I couldn't get a web page, and whatever she cleared, it took effect. So you can just go in. This is what I recommended. I'll put her phone number there. But for anything, if I'm getting ready to spend money, I just put, this would be, of course, for the group, priority for Chi, session with, and then test it. And test it for products, etc., because we're all spending a lot of money, and maybe it's not necessary, but it was certainly life-changing for me. So anyway, and I also said before we got started, although next in this owner's manual for the brain, we're going into what happens during pregnancy as far as our brain formation, etc., but I do want to go into color also, and I've ordered a book, supposedly a phenomenal book, not here yet, and I can't even remember the name of it. I heard about it and ordered it, and what did I order? But anyway, that's why I made our color pink today. Pink, they say, is a very soothing color. Maybe that's why when people get fired, they get a pink slip. But I know many years ago, I was told when I was a teacher that if I had a class that was unruly, try to wear as much pink as possible.
I painted my bedroom pink.
How'd that work out?
Extraordinarily good.
I love it. All right. Well, here is also, look at this. We are wanting, again, like the other person, the individual person, we want to clear emotional trauma in the timeline, recharger, field generator, and supercharger. So let's just look real quickly at some of this.
In my early years, before I was entangled with people and we moved out of this trailer, my parents moved into this home, and we all got to decorate our own bedrooms, and mine was also pink. I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
It's amazing with Dr. Kersey. Oh, I found my disc yesterday, so I was excited.
Oh, good. Yeah, his color discs are amazing, and I'm not using them enough myself. And I just want to, before you finish, let me just point out one thing. You see, we're starting here with a low number, but that with the other person, I saw that too, and then it amped up, because sometimes if it's extremely ingrained, we may not, respond. We may need to calibrate. Of course, not all emotional trauma is negative. Let's just clear voltage lowering. But that was part of what happened with the trauma that we could see yesterday. We form new paths in the brain to just call in more of the same. And who needs that? Just 1 minute, so that's not a big deal there. Maybe I didn't word it right. Field generator. I'm just going to do any suggestions here. I don't know if y'all can see this or not. We've got so many. How about anoint happiness and dump grief? And Kevin, I noticed there's a lot of these that say copy in here.
I see that.
Can we delete that?
Yes,
copies?
I'll help you.
Okay, thank you. So let's just look at that. We got 21 hours on anointing happiness and dumping grief. Even though the grief can play a part. And then let's look at the supercharger. How about just at this moment in time, abundant health?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, and
did y'all know on the healing numbers, they give you not only a number, but for 2 hours, a color to go with the numbers? Just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, no, I've got those colors in our stuff whenever there's a code. And although I didn't know it was just 2 hours. But yeah, that healing number site is amazing.
I'm still trying to get a code for I am grateful, I am love, I am ...
It'll pop up if you keep checking. Let's see how long we want to go with this. Okay, so we'll take 2 hours. Let's see where we are. And this I am focused. I think with everything hitting us, okay, look at that. We're going to start with manual controls. With all of the information out there, we may need to focus more on our own voltage. Does that make any sense? Maybe we're too distracted and forgetting to take care of ourselves. Also, yesterday, I had to get my hair done, so I grabbed a book just to read, and ended up grabbing, do y'all remember that book, The Magic of Believing? Anybody? It's old. Yeah, it's old, and we've all read it. I'm sure we've all read it, but I'm like the Mikey of books. My friends now, rather than give books away, they give them to me. So I grabbed it, and I had forgotten the mirror technique. And I don't know if that rings a bell with anybody. I had totally forgotten it. Who knows how many years ago I read it. And, but basically you could, as far as focus, you could give that a shot. He just says, look in the mirror, and whatever your goal, just talk to yourself about it and say you've made it, you've done it. And I was talking to one friend who's in a depression, and I said, well, would you consider trying that? Just look in the mirror. She's got some concerns about her health and also about money. And I said, would you consider doing that? She said, I can't stand to look at myself in the mirror. I said, just look at your eyes. Just look at your eyes. Your eyes are extraordinary. And he talks about the power of the eyes. So I'm going to give that a shot today, just to see. It can't hurt. And he said, even if you have a certain monetary, say you want $100,000 in your savings account, write 100,000 on your mirror in soap. So who knows? These are all things that are out there. He did have a best-selling book. Now, most of his book was about material things. That was the energy at the time. But we have found that quest for material things comes more from the ego than the soul. And we might even be able to do some very good things with that mirror for our country. Now, I'll show you real quick. Let me see, because we got a little time. People of planet Earth, there it goes. People of planet Earth wanted to scan today, and look at their I am focused. That's what they wanted also. And there was a priority. And so look, black magic correction. That's probably our own thoughts.
If I could interrupt, the black magic actually comes from the Khazarian family. That's who we're at war with spiritually. And it's a spinoff because their names have changed, like Klaus Schwab. He's Khazarian. So the more I dig into this, that video will touch like briefly on it. And it gives you all the tools where you can look at this. But I'm wondering if it isn't coming from the Khazarian family.
Well, what we can always do, I don't know. I just know what Grandmaster said, that most of the time it comes from ourselves. And but we now look there again, mineral balance. We've got some spiritual stress. But you could go in here. Let's just see. And at least add that in. That's one more. Let's just see priority for Qi, black magic removal. Yeah, the charge. Yeah, we'll take it. So in here, and I'm pretty sure y'all have all this. Let's just, can't remember how I did it. Clear. Okay, yeah, remove black magic. Just 6 minutes, I think. We look at some of, this is just my opinion, we look at some of this stuff and it concerns us, and maybe it doesn't need to. It's just like that example of the truck. You just step out of the way, watch your own thoughts, watch your own energy, do your energy work, do the inner work, and see what happens. Does that make sense?
Indeed. Yes, it does. And I would imagine that the black magic coming from the Khazarian family, we have accepted it because it's been mind control. And so recognition of it should be very simple for us to clear it.
That's what I think. That's what I think we don't. I'm looking down here. Maybe I can just do it this way. Wait a minute. We have those quantum laws. And let me just see if it's a priority for our chi. And I think sometimes even, both mainstream and alternative, if it, okay, well, about a 65% benefit. Let's look, I just want to mainly look at that to refresh our memory, and then we'll go back to manual control. This is the way it really works. This is us. And you all know this already. I know I'm preaching to the choir. But it's vibration. We're all connected. And our thoughts, our mind is the conductor. And it's not just ours. It's the collective as well. So you might kind of have to watch some of your company, and yet you don't want to isolate, because our thoughts, feelings, and actions affect everything in existence. We all know there's something beyond what we can see, hear, and touch, but a lot of people still haven't accepted that. All this stuff is changeable. Heredity, karma, curses, conditioning, light. We understand about light. Look at this. We are energy systems using a fraction of our potential. We have access to the wisdom of the ages, and we are co-creators of our lives and our world, which is very exciting to think about, actually having that kind of power. Let's just get back in here. And then for fun, let's just, and yeah, we need the information. I'm definitely going to watch the video, the information Joanna sent, but just for fun, how do you spell that, Joanna, that name of that family?
Khazarian. K-H-A-R-I-A-N. Khazarian, I think. K-H-A-R-I-A-N, yeah.
It has a Z in it someplace.
Oh, that's right. K-A-R. Oh, it's K-A-Z-A-R-I-A-N. Sorry.
K-A-Z-A-R-I-A-N. Just for
Karen.
the heck of it, priority for chi, bless the Khazarian family. Just for the heck of it. Well, that in the middle there. Let's look at it another way. Priority for chi. Then
how about just sending light?
Yeah, okay, light to the Khazarian family. No? How about there you go, 76. Now, we can't literally treat that family, but that's not the way this works. But we can treat the situation because we're part of it. And instead of just send unconditional love, it's certainly not going to hurt anything, and it could be a major miracle.
Excuse me, in Google, they came up with spelled two different ways, K-H-A-Z-A-R.
Oh, okay.
I-A-N.
Okay.
And then, like you have it.
Will you email that to me?
Sure.
When you get a chance. Yeah, so that be nice to have, the spelling in there, but this is something we can all do. And as far as our intention group, I kind of had backed off sending names of people because, frankly, I don't know that we've had a lot of success with doing our intention group with actual names. I wonder if we should switch to situations. Is there any feedback on that? Yesterday we did the situation of what was that, Joanna? Trauma. Thank you. So
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, we can think about that and just do something more generic, possibly. But anyway, that's where we are. Okay, thanks a lot, you guys. I think that's it.
Thanks, Cathy.
Thank you.
Tomorrow. Have a good
Alrighty,
one.
bye-bye. Have a great day,
Thank
everybody.
you.
This concludes the SRC4u Zoom call. Thank you for participating. We look forward to seeing you again. Till then, take care and be well. YouTube disclaimer, this is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Y'all be well.